There is a syllabus link wherein you can find the detailed syllabus for class 4 science. There's a payment link. There's a feedback link. Then you can see an all batch details link for getting the details of all the batches. In case you are left with a query, you can email us, WhatsApp us on this number. And in case you're facing an internet glitch, you can watch this demo live on Facebook. Okay, so let me quickly tell you about the flow of the session. So first of all, you'll get to know your mentor. And guess what? She's already here. And then you'll see a short informative PPT wherein you will know a little deeper about the course that you're about to embark on. After that, you'll go on a virtual tour of the dashboard of Olympiad Success with Pooja ma'am. And after that, if you have a query, you can put that in the chat section. We'll be happy to answer. And after all these things, your actual demo will begin. Okay? So is the flow clear to you? Okay, very good. So now let me tell you, children, that we have with us Richa ma'am. She's a wonderful mentor and wonderful person to connect with. Though she's a doctor, you can see the passion that she has for teaching. And that is why this passion brings her here with us. She loves to interact with kids like you. And now I'll request her to speak to you directly.
Thank you so much, Monica ma'am, for such kind introduction. Guys, hi, hello, Soumya, welcome back. Everyone, my name is Dr. Richa Tawar. I'm going to be a mentor for the upcoming session. The Olympiad Success is going to conduct the live classes for grade 4 Olympiad exam preparation, level 1. As you know, these are for Olympiad classes. How many of you are appearing for the first time with any Olympiad exam? Anyone who is the first time a Lily? Okay. All of you have already given once at least one Olympiad exam, right? So need not to tell you that they are little bit more harder, right? As compared to your school exams. So obviously the expectation is that all of you would be putting in little extra effort every day to complete this, to prepare for this exams. Why? Because the Olympiad exams, they cover up your previous year classes. For example, this is your grade 4. So you should be covering up your grade 3, grade 4 curriculum and part of grade 5. And obviously, when I talk about grade 4 curriculum, I'm not just talking about simply what is being written in your textbook. We'll be going little details, deeper into the topic. So just now, Monica ma'am asked you guys about which topic you find hard and which topic is the easiest, right? So I could see that you have picked up topic from grade 3 level, living and non-living plants and animals. So in grade 4, we'll be going little more into detail, little more detailed structure about every topic. So before I begin and before we go ahead with the rest of the session, I just want to ask you guys, when you think about science, what is the most interesting thing about science? Why is science an interesting subject? You see, there's so many subjects. You have languages, you have English, you have French, you have Hindi, Sanskrit, whatever you guys are learning. You have social science, mathematics. Why is science so interesting? What makes it stand apart from the rest of the topics, from the rest of the subjects? You guys do like science, right? I'm assuming that you guys are here, that you should be liking science. See, the science is the only subject, only thing that will connect you with your surrounding. You'll understand your body more. You'll understand your space more. You'll understand your earth more. You'll understand how things work, right? Everything that is around you, including your own body, your animals, your plants, what they are made up of, how you can connect with them, what is the process related to each and everything, will be understood by the science only. So let's say, what is the point of, yes, biology is a science, of course it's a branch of science, but Lily, biology is very much a part of science. So what we're going to do is, we will, in these upcoming classes, we will understand topic, understand the reason behind these topics, and then correlate with them with our day-to-day activities with what is happening around us. Why does lightning takes place? How does electricity work? Like that. For example, how many of you have heard of insectivorous plants? Insectivorous plants. Have you heard of them? Lily has heard of them. Samriddhi has heard of them. Soumya has heard of them. Right? What do they do? What do they do? They prepare food in the kitchen. They make pizza or pasta. What do they do? What do insectivorous plants do, which is different from the regular plants? It has all things about, okay, Soumya, it has all the things about as in it does what every other plant does, right? What is extra that it does? What is that special thing that insectivorous plants do but not the other plants? They eat insects. And when I say eat, I mean they trap them, let them die within themselves, and then simply derive whatever nutrition they can get from those insects. Now, my question to you guys is, I am sure most of you have heard about it, and I just asked you, and most of you said yes, you have heard about insectivorous plants. My question is, why do they kill the insects? Why? Why go to that extent? Why are they being so brutal? Why can't they simply make food like other plants? Like, simply go through the process of photosynthesis, prepare glucose, and then, be happy. Why go to this extra step? Why kill the insects? Why? Because guys, these insectivorous plants grow in an area where they do not get enough nitrogen. Heard of the word nitrogen? It's a gas, nitrogen, which is present in your air. The plants need these nitrogen to form chlorophyll in them, which they absolutely need to prepare their food. When the area they are growing in that area, in the soil, there is not enough nitrogen, they would simply resort to the killing. They'll trap the insect, get the nutrition from them, and that's how they will thrive, they will survive. So this is the reason why they kill. They can very much do photosynthesis, and they do photosynthesis. They prepare their own food, but for that extra nitrogen, they kill the insects. So next time someone asks you why do they kill it, you should know why do they do it, right? Clear? So this is how we're gonna do in the upcoming classes. We're gonna talk about a fact and then reason associated with it. So right as of now, I'll hand over the stage to Monica ma'am. She will take you for the tour and then we'll go with the demo. Okay, guys? Over to you, Monica ma'am.
Thank you so much, Richa ma'am. Now, children, allow me to share my screen. Just a moment, and we are good to go. So I believe my screen is visible to all. A very warm welcome to the demo and interaction program for Class 4 Science Olympiad. As you are already aware, Olympiad Success is India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad exams. Olympiad Success Live is India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiad's preparation. School Plus by Olympiad Success is one of its own kind of annual program that includes 8 courses which are important at this juncture of your life. These are mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, both spoken and written, Vedic math, and coding. So here you can get one-on-one online CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, and IB classes for grades 2 to 12, one-on-one preparation classes for international mathematics Olympiads like SASMO, CMO, HKIMO, TIMO, Math Counts, US Common Core Math Competition, Math Kangaroo, and PRMO. So you can meet our international rank holders for the year 2021-22 on the screen. They're all brilliant kids like you. So classes are going to be group sessions with batch size of around 20 students delivered through Zoom by seasoned tutors. You've already met your mentor, Richa ma'am. So you get 2 sessions per week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Note down the timings. The timing will be 6:30 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. with 5 minutes of break in between. Sessions will include a mix of theory, practice questions, doubt sessions, and discussion on previous year papers. You'll get access to reading material, practice questions available on the dashboard of Olympiad Success, and topic-wise mock tests for both maths, reasoning, and logical reasoning. Now, how to access those, you will learn very shortly in the virtual tour. The syllabus is available at this particular link. Fees for this course is 8,925 rupees, and this is going to be a 40-session course. Fees includes online classes, daily reading notes and exercises, practice of previous year papers, and access to Olympiad Success Platform for maths and logical reasoning. All the relevant links have been pasted in the chat box and will again be pasted for you to avail. All that you require for these classes is a laptop or a desktop with good internet speed, headphones for better audio clarity, and camera, because we do not allow students without video in the class. In 2021-22, Olympiad Success had students from more than 3,800 schools across India and abroad, hailing from 35 plus countries. Now, the live classes for this particular batch begins from 28th of March, which will be Thursday. So I hope you've noted down all the relevant details. Now I would request Pooja ma'am to take you through a virtual tour. All over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Monica ma'am. Hope I am audible to everybody. Good evening, everyone. How are you all? All right, seems to be good. Let me share my screen with you all. Hope my screen is visible to everyone. Okay, so you are going to type this URL to just proceed with the dashboard. All right, olympiadsuccess.com. The moment you will enter this URL, this page will flash on your screen. Okay. Over here, you are going to enter your user details. Then only you'll be able to log in your ID. Just I'll share it again. Okay, here you're going to enter your user details. Make sure that you enter your correct user details, otherwise you will not be able to check your reading material, schedule, and your question paper and answer tests. All right. The moment I have entered my user details, I'll get this page on my screen. Same goes for you also. You'll get this personal detail page on your screen wherein you need to check your details properly, that if there is any error, you can rectify it over there and you can just click on update button for the updation. Okay. Once you're done with this, you have to just click on this live classes, which is right under this my referral icon. Okay. So the moment you click this live classes, you'll get this page on your screen. So now you have to select your subject. Okay. So we are in science. So we are going to select science subject. Science, and then you have to select your topic also. For example, I want to see about the plants. So I'm going to select on topic plants. So you can see that I got a reading material and question papers related to my topic plants. Same goes for other topics also. If you want to go for clothing, you can select clothing and then you will get a reading material and question papers related to that topic only. Okay. So this was all about how you have to operate your reading material and question papers, right? So now I'll show you the schedule. So like in which session we're going to do which topic and which specific highlight chapter, and then you can just check it over here in the schedule. You have to just click on view schedule. So you will get this PDF on your screen wherein you can scroll down and you can check in which session we are going to cover which topic. Okay, so if you want to download this PDF, you have to just click it over here. Click here to download the PDF. Okay, on this sentence you will click and then you can download this PDF and you can see the schedule later on also when you are offline, right? So after this, you can see a holiday calendar. This is a very mandatory calendar that you should see, that you should not take unnecessary leaves because sessions are twice a week. So I want you to attend each and every session. Okay. So here is a holiday calendar. You can click and you can check which all holidays are falling. So you can just mark it in your timetable also. Okay. So here is a reading material. I want to see set 1 now. I'm going to click on set 1. So for this, I can see there's so many pages are there in set 1 for chapter plants, right? Same goes for, if you want to download this PDF, you have to just click it over here, okay? Same goes for set 2, set 3, set 4, 5, 6, and 7. Each and every set you can download it while clicking it over here on the top, okay? You can see types of plants, drawing of the plant. A lot of reading material is there on the chapter plant. So you can just open each and every PDF and you can just read it over there for your reference, for your knowledge. Set 4, set 5. Set 6 and set 7. Each and every PDF is having this button that click here to download the PDF. Okay, so you can easily click and you can download it in your device, whether it's laptop or desktop or in phone also. All right, so this was all about reading drill. Now I'm moving on question papers and answer keys. So you can see there are 6 set of question papers, right? So make sure that you open your answer keys once you have attempted your question paper, because answer keys for your reference, not to do it before, but you should practice it once, solve your question paper, and then check your answers, whether you have done correct or you need more practice, okay? So that's the reason I'm saying that you should prefer opening your answer keys later on once you have attempted your question paper. So this is the question paper. You can see that so many questions are there, right? This is also, this paper also you can download by clicking it over here. Click here to download the PDF and you can take out the printout and you can solve it. So once you are done with the question paper, you can check your answer keys over here while clicking it on this icon. Right? You can check which answers you have done correct and which you have done wrong. Same goes for all set also. You can click, you can open, and you can check. Each and every PDF is clickable and you can easily operate it. Same goes for answer keys. Set 3. Answer keys. Set 4. You can see each and every question paper is having a different portion of your chapter, right? So make sure that you attempt each and every question paper, because this will all give you practice only better. So this is the last set, set 6. So I've shown you each and every set while opening it, okay? So now I have shown you question papers, answer keys, reading material, schedule, holiday calendar, right? So now I'll take you through worksheets, that how you can see the worksheets and you can solve it, right? Right under this dashboard icon, there is a worksheet button wherein you have to click it on that. And again, you have to select your subject, for which subject worksheet you want to see, right? I want to see for science, I'm going to click on science subject. So number also, that's up to you. You want to see 10 worksheets, 25, 50, 100 as per your wish. So I want to attempt this worksheet now to do more practice, right? So I'm going to click on this button, take exam. So after clicking on the take exam, these general instructions will flash on your screen. So you have to read your instructions carefully before attempting your worksheet, that you should not commit any mistake while attempting the worksheet, okay? So I've read the instructions. Now I'm going to click on start worksheet button. So the moment I've clicked on start worksheet button, worksheet is flashed on my screen. You can see 35 questions are there, right? So make sure that you attempt each and every question with attentive mind, right? I've read my question. I've done my answer. Now I want to move on next question. So I'm going to click on next button. I've done my question too. Now I want to move on next question, right? I'm just filling the answers randomly, but you should make sure that you should read your question properly and then fill the answer. Okay. So this is all about how I've attempted. And now I've done all my questions. Make sure you fill all the answers, 35, and then click on finish button. Before click on finish button, you should make sure that you should review all your questions properly, that whether you have done correct or wrong. In case you find in doubt, you can just change your answer there and then only. Okay. So once you have reviewed, you have done, and then you can click on this finish button. Yes, I've reviewed all my questions, and you can click on that. After this, your worksheet will be submitted. Okay. Feedback is your wish. If you want to give there, you can fill it. Otherwise, you can do it later on also. Okay. So now I've done with my worksheet. I want to see my performance, that how I performed. So after this worksheet button, I'm going to click on this performance button. Again, I'm going to select my subject for which subject worksheet I want to see the performance. See, I've attempted this worksheet just now. So I'm going to view the performance, how I have attempted the worksheet. So I've attempted 3 questions, wherein 1 is correct, 2 are wrong, right? So you can click on review button to see that which answer is correct and which all are wrong. Okay. This you can click later on. So this was all about dashboard, that how you can access your worksheet, how you can access your reading till, how you can access your question papers and schedule and holiday credit, right? If anybody is having any doubt, feel free to drop your questions in the chat box. I'll be happy to answer your queries. Okay. So you need to just log out from here. And yes, that's all about dashboard beta. Anybody is having any query related to the dashboard, drop it in the chat box. I'll answer your query better. Over to you, Monica, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Any doubt, anyone? No doubt. Then what are the class days? Sureshri has told the timings also. Is that correct? Yes, Tuesdays and Thursdays is the correct answer. And what are the timings? (6:30 to 7:45 a.m. p.m.? p.m. That's correct. That's correct. Any doubt? Shall we begin with the demo then? All right, show me thumbs up if you're ready for the demo. Okay, all right. So all over to you, Richa ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, kids, come over to your keyboard because we're going to interact and talk. And because in this session, you're not allowed to unmute yourself. So I am expecting you all to write the answer in the chat box. Use your fingers on the keyboard and be prompt. Okay. I want all of you to participate. Those of you who have not switched on their camera, is like Arna, please switch on your camera so that I can see you and we can have a more lively session. The topic for today's demo would be plants. All of us know what plants are, right? We've been talking about them, hearing about them. We know that we cannot survive without them. Now, today's session, we're going to cover up a little bit about these topics, the parts of the plants, which include structure of the plant, what are the functions associated with, what kind of processes are associated with it, and some little bit of adaptation. I'm sure we're not gonna cover adaptation because the session is just for 40 minutes. So let's just conclude it till the part of the plants. Everybody, we all know there are 2 parts of the plants, roots and shoots, right? And the shoots have furthermore plants which are classified as stems, leaves, flowers, fruits. Now, my question for you, first question for the day, write in the chat box, where do you get to see the roots of the plants? Where do you get to see them? Yeah, I need all of you to be quick. Correct. Medan, Surya, it's under the ground, under the plant, under the soil. That's correct. All of you are correct. You cannot usually the part of the plant which is under the soil is root, and the part of the plant which is above the soil is shoot. Now, kids, I want you to mark my words. I said usually means generally. That means most of the plants have their roots under the ground, but then there are the plants where you would find an exception. We'll get to that in a while. First, let's talk about the usual plant, the general plant. The plants whose roots are under the ground, which you cannot see with your naked eye because they are under the soil. There are two types of roots which are present in the plants. Number one, tap root. Now, when I say tap, is it the same tap as in the faucet that you get to see in your kitchen and your washroom? No. Here, the word tap is coming from the term taper. Guys, taper means something that starts with wide and as it goes down, it narrows down. This is your tap root. The tap root is a root which starts at the base of the stem. From here, it will start wide and it will keep going narrow and narrow till the time it goes into a completely pointed edge like this. And from this simple conical root, multiple roots come out, right? Where do you get to see these type of taproot? In your rose plant, in your ladyfinger, okra that you call bhindi, beans, neem, peepal tree, all of them have taproot. These roots go quite deep inside actually. Whereas fibrous root is the root that grows from the base of the plant and it spreads out like a spider's web. All of them are going in multiple direction. And a bunch of root, like a cluster of root, has started coming out from the base of the stem. Now, I want all of you to do a simple task. Next time when you go to a park or a field, wherever you go to play, don't take too much, but a little bit of tuft of a grass, very small bunch. You can take it and pull it out. Under the tuft, you will observe there is a brown entangled mass of web of threads all messed up. That's your fibrous root, guys. It's all messed up. It's all meshed up together. They are all coming out together in the same way and they are all branching out from a single point. Unlike your tap root, where a single root has multiple rootlets coming from it, here multiple roots are coming from the same point. This is fibrous root. And where do you get to see it? First and foremost, your grasses, the one you have in your park, in your playground. Coconut tree, banana tree. Of course, I cannot ask Surya to go and pull out a banana tree and see if you can find fibrous root. Can I say that? She's no Hulk. Is she? Or Bahubali? I don't know, whichever you can associate with. So you can simply go to the park and take out the grass and see. I want all of you to do it. That will give you a better vision of what does a fibrous root look like. But then, just like in the beginning, I said there are plants where the roots are not under the ground. They're coming out from a different place. These roots, which are visible to us without naked eyes, because they are growing out from a very different place, are called aerial roots. These roots have come out in the air, and that's why we're calling them aerial root. They are visible to us, right? I have shown you two images on the screen. Can you guess which are these two roots? What trees can you see? Banyan, Surya said, and aerial roots. That's correct, Amina. These are aerial roots because they're out in the air. You see, roots come out in the air because of a specific reason. So there are multiple reasons why a root would come out. One, it wants to support a plant, a tree. Two, it wants to breathe better, right? So one by one we'll go how they come out. Yes, Shraddha, very good. This is a mangrove tree. Here the roots are coming out to breathe. This is a banyan tree. Here the roots are coming out to support the heavy tree. So then the aerial roots are the roots which are out in the air, which you can see with your eyes, are aerial roots. There are multiple type of aerial roots. We'll go to them one by one. First, let's talk about what does the root do for us. Arnav, can you quickly tell me what does root do for us? Why are they so important? Why? What do they do for us? You need to write in the chat box, and anybody else is more than welcome. If you wish to write in the chat box, please do so. And let me know, why is it important? Why is it important to have roots? Why can't plants survive without roots? Those of you who are not writing, can you please tell me, has anyone ever seen a plant running around in the ground? Ever? In reality, not in the dreams. Never, right? The reason why plants are fixed in one position, in one place, is because of root. Root anchors the plant to the soil. That's the first and foremost function. Arnav is correct. They help them in absorbing the nutrients from the soil, help to balance the plants, support the plants. Correct. See, the plant are situated, are fixed, are anchored in one position because of the root. Second, your whosoever is taking care of plants in your society and at your home, a gardener or your parents or whosoever is doing so, they regularly give water to the plants, right? So what, the plants do not have the luxury of sucking that water through the straw. Do they do that? No. They have a natural straw, in inbuilt straw in their roots, bacha, that helps them in absorbing the water, and along with water they absorb nutrient from the soil. So these two are the primary function. That means these are the function which are being performed by every plant root, not just one specific type of plant root, but all of them. Yes, correct, Amina. Then there are certain functions that are being performed by the roots of a special type of plants, right? That is, not all plants roots do it, but some of the plant roots do perform this function. Number one, edible roots. What does word edible means, Kabir? What does word edible means? What does it mean when I say edible? Eatable. Something that you can eat. Correct, Arnav? Yes. Something that is eatable, something that you can actually eat. But can I go in my garden and pluck out all the roots of all the plants and eat them? Can I do that? No. I'm no monkey, I'm no animal. So only the edible roots, the roots which are fit enough, which are okay enough, uh, that suitable enough, safe enough for us humans to eat, we call them edible roots. You see, kids, what happens is plants perform photosynthesis. Everybody knows. And the food that they prepare after photosynthesis is stored in the plant. They are not like us, like me at least. If I get to see pizza or Maggie, I will eat it all up. Even if I've taken my meal, I'll still eat it up. Why? Because I'm that greedy, right? But plants are not like that, beta. Plants only consume that much amount of food that they have prepared, which they absolutely need. If they need only 1% of what they have prepared, suppose they have prepared this much food and they only need this much, they'll only eat this much, they'll only consume this much. Rest of the food that they have prepared, rest of the glucose that they have prepared is stored inside their body. Generally, it is the fruit where they store their food. Fruit. But then there are plants who think differently, just like us. Most of us are right-handed, and then some of us are left-handed. Yes, Arnab. Similarly, there are plants who think differently, who do not want to store their food in the fruit. They store it either in the roots or the stems or the leaves or the flowers. Wherever and whichever part of the plant is where the food is being stored becomes edible for us. For example, carrot. Carrot plants store their extra food in their root. So their root becomes edible for us. So carrot is an edible root. Similarly, broccoli, it's the flower, and the broccoli plants store their extra food in their flower. So the flower becomes edible for us. So wherever the plant is storing their extra food, that part becomes edible for us. And then you have aerial roots. You see the picture in the middle, that's your banyan tree. They have very, very, very heavy branches. It's a huge tree. How many of you have seen a banyan tree in your locality? You've seen? All of you? Most of you. Right? So what happens, kids, is these trees are like those huge giants who are very huge. The branches are so heavy that they cannot even hold them, sustain them in the air like this, keep them afloat like this. They need something to support them from here. Otherwise, the branches will fall off. So to support these heavy branches from the base of the stems, the root starts growing down. Samriddhi, what is the trouble, bacha? It's difficult. Is it difficult? Okay. I thought you were finding it too difficult. So the stem's base give rise to the roots, and the roots grow down into the ground to support the branch. That ways the stem do not fall off. They provide support. Any other plant that comes to your mind when you think about such kind of aerial root? Like in banyan trees, you see these curtains of roots coming on, hanging on from the stems. Any other plant which has such kind of root? How many of you have ever seen a rubber plant, rubber tree? Guys, rubber tree and banyan tree have similar type of roots. These kind of roots are called prop roots. I want all of you to write it down. Prop roots. Prop roots are the roots which support the stems of heavy trees like your banyan tree, like your rubber tree. They grow from the base of the stem, grow vertically down, straight into the soil, and support the tree. Right? Now, we all have talked about general plants, general roots. Now, then we have talked about these aerial roots. What kind of roots are they? They are growing from the base of the stem. That's not regular place of the roots to grow out from. It's like my nose is not growing from here. My nose is growing from here. Right? It's weird, right? The root is not growing from where it is supposed to grow out from. The roots which grow from a place which is different or abnormal from the regular plants are called adventitious roots. Adventitious means something irregular, something by accident, something you do adventitiously, something you didn't mean to do, but you happen to do it. So these roots are growing from a part of the plant where there are generally no roots grown from. Like you do not expect the roots to grow from the base of the stem, from the bottom of the stem, or from the sides of the stem. These roots are different. They are called adventitious roots. So in case if you are wondering about the spelling, I'm going to write it down in the chat box for those of you who want to know the spelling. Okay. These are adventitious roots. So your aerial roots are adventitious roots. You're growing from a different place. Now, why do roots, do something so different? Why are they doing some extra job? For the three reasons. First, they want to store the extra food which plant have produced. Like I said, carrot, radish. Second, they want to provide support to the plant. Like I said, in case of banyan, the tree itself is so heavy that if they don't provide support, the tree would break down. And third, for respiration. Now, here onwards, guys, please remember grade 3 science was very, 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 very easy. Grade 4 onwards, you can expect the level to go difficult, quite a lot difficult, right? So, in case you find any trouble when we'll start our regular class, we're going to revise the topic, we'll cover them again. Don't worry. Okay. So first, when the plants roots are modifying themselves, adjusting themselves, you see, let's suppose Shraddha is sitting on a chair and Soumya comes in and she said, Shraddha, can you share some chair with me, a little bit of space with me because I also want to sit. So you guys will adjust, right? You'll modify, you'll give half of the chair to her, right? Shraddha, you'll offer, right? Similarly, when there is a requirement, then roots offer to do an extra job. They will either offer to store the extra food, or they will offer to provide support, or they will offer to respirate, whatever the need is. So suppose there are plants who wants to store their extra food, they will change their appearance. Who? The roots. So when the tap roots change their appearance, they will become conical, like in case of carrot. They will become fusiform. See, narrow at the top, broader at the bottom, and then narrow again, like in case of radish. Napiform, like in case of your what do you call this, shalgam. In Hindi we call it shalgam, otherwise we call it I'm forgetting the turnip. Turnip, it's broader at the top and then it narrows down, and then finally you have tuberous, like in dahlia roots. It's very, very atypical see root. You don't have any proper shape in them, anything like a tubercle is formed, like something is bumping is being formed. You don't need to remember these names. All you need to remember is examples like your carrot, radish, turnip, dahlia. These are the roots which are storing extra food for the plant. Correct, Medansh? Very good. It would be better, Medansh, if you can switch on your camera as well, bacha. Similarly, how much similar to your taproot. Fibrous root also change their appearance to store that extra food. Now you see, guys, it's a beautiful display of necklaces. Girls like necklaces, right? Even boys also can wear necklaces. So you can find these kind of beaded roots, taped roots, tubercle roots, like in case of your sweet potato, like in case of your ipisec, which is a medicinal plant, when like in case of your spinach, bitter gourd, karela, asparagus, mango ginger. These are all different types of fibrous root where the roots itself changes its appearance to store the extra food. When they'll take the regular classes, I'll give you the examples. You don't need to remember the name of these specific type like nodulose and mediate. All you need to know is examples. And these are the roots which have modified themselves to store the food. Correct, Medansh? Absolutely correct. Now, when they want to breathe, you see, when you go to coastal, you guys know what is a marshy area? Marshy area, anyone knows? Where the area which is closest to a lake or a pond, where the soil is clay, very sticky soil. So the problem with sticky soil is all the particles are very close to each other. They do not allow the air to go in. And guys, you know that roots also need to breathe. How many of you know this? Smriti knows it. Surya knows it. How can you prove it? Arnav knows it. Go to any plant, whichever is in your vicinity. Little bit of, if you have a straw that comes with the juice or fruity or whatever, little bit of hole you can poke it in the soil and then pour little bit of water in it. You will find air bubble popping out. That shows that air was present in the soil. Your plant's roots also need to breathe. And when a plant grows in clay soil, which does not allow the air to come in, the root is not able to breathe. They suffocate. They are not able to breathe. So when you are swimming, how many of you go for swimming? I do. Arnav does, Surya does, some Smriti does. So when you go for for the swimming, guys, you cannot stay inside the water for too long. Once you're out of breath, you come out to take a breath and then dip back in. Right? Similarly, when the roots are not able to breathe, what do they do? They come out. They come out to breathe, and this is how they look like. These are the roots of a mangrove plant, a mangrove tree, which usually grow in marshy areas where they are not able to breathe properly. Hence, the root come out to breathe. These are respiratory roots. The roots which help in respiration. Respiration means breathing. So these are respiratory roots. Let's see them. Mangrove trees. Very, very, very important point to know. Right? And lastly, roots modify themselves to support a plant. How would they support it? You see, I just told you, banyan tree, a very heavy tree. The branches are so heavy that they need support to remain afloat in the air. So here the root will start growing out from the base of the stem. They will look like a curtain. If you go and see in the park or wherever a banyan tree is, you'll find that they look like a curtain. A curtain is hanging down. Then there are plants which are very tall and very thin, like your sugar cane. A very big stem is coming out and it's going straight up. But what happens when something is too straight up? I am not having a pencil here. If you are holding something too long and it goes up, yes, Smriti, if you don't support it properly, what will happen? It will topple down. It will fall down. So to support the plant, to support the sugar cane, the roots start coming out from here. Not these roots from the nodes here. This is called stilt root. Again, a type of an aerial root, adventitious root. They will grow from here. In the green, I'm showing you the roots. That's where it will grow out from. What will it do? Once it grows big enough, it will go like this and insert itself into the ground. And that ways, it will support the plant so that it does not falls off. Clear? Any doubt? Medansh, Arnav, Soumya, Surya, Kabir, Amina, Shraddha, and I'm so sorry, I cannot pronounce it. Is it Thogalingam? Is it? Is there any easier way to pronounce it? Something else I can call you? Yes. You can write in the chat box, Pitsa. For the demo, unfortunately, I cannot allow you guys to unmute yourself. For the regular classes, you'll be allowed to unmute yourself. Now, similarly, we have rainforest trees. In rainforest, everything is in abundance. You see, they get enough sunlight, enough water, enough nutrient. So the plants grow very, 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 very tall. Now, as we say, excess of everything is bad. When you get too much of nutrient, too much of water, the plants and the trees grow too long. And when they're too tall, the roots are not that deep. They are simply getting nutrition from superficial layer of soil. So what will happen? The tree will topple down and fall down. So to support it, the roots of such long, tall trees will come out in big, big, thick arm like shape, like this one. Can you see? These are all roots. This one over here. These are all roots. They come out and they branch out and they mix up like this with the roots of other trees and support the two trees. These are called buttress root. Buttress root. Buttress means to support. Again, here the roots are supporting the plant, the tree. Buttress root. Any doubt? Now we'll skip the stems and move on to simply to the leaves. The kitchen of the plants, the part where everything is happening. You see, just like me, I hope you guys are also fond of food. So which is the most important part of our house? Kitchen, because that's where all the activity happens, right? Everything is being cooked there. So for the plant, that part is the leaves. The leaves are green. Why? Usually you will find that most of the plants have green leaves. Why? Someone comes and paint them green at night so that you can find them green in the morning. What's the science? Very good, Shraddha. Although the spelling is incorrect, but I got the meaning. It's chlorophyll, right? Yes, Surya. Same here. The spelling is incorrect, but I got understood. It is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the part of the plant or the leaves which imparts the color green to the leaves. That's why they appear green to us. Now, the chlorophyll is very, very important. You see, what happens is plants do not have power like us. They do not have hands to catch hold something. So when the sunlight falls on the leaves, they need to trap it. They need to have it to produce their food. So the chlorophyll traps the sunlight, holds them, and use that sunlight to prepare the food. Now, guys, think about it and then tell me, suppose this is my leaves, this is my upper part of the leaf, this is my bottom part of the leaf. Where should I have more chlorophyll? On the upper part or on the bottom part? I have just told you the function of the chlorophyll. Now you tell me. Surya, very good. Shraddha, correct. Midansh, why bottom part, beta? If it is at the bottom part, beta, how will it trap the sunlight? You see, it is like this. Sunlight is falling on the top of the leaves. So more and more top part should trap it. If it is at the bottom part of the leaf, how would it trap the sunlight? Sunlight is not going to fall at this part. This is the part which is getting the sunlight. So it is usually the upper part of the leaves which is rich in chlorophyll. Yes, very good. So the chlorophyll are generally present mostly on the upper surface of the leaf. Now, then there are plants where you would not find green leaves. For example, croton plant or a maple tree. There the leaf colors are reddish green and blue or red, or sometimes you can say yellowish in color, but they don't are not proper green. But I will tell you guys, they are still able to perform photosynthesis. Reason being, these particular plants have something else, a something different coloring agent in them, which is more abundance. You see, guys, all of us generally have black hair and black eyes, but then you'll find people who have brown eyes, brown hair. My son, I am a black haired person. My son is having brown hair. He has brown eyes, right? But still, he's my son, right? See, it's not like he is not human. Similarly, in the leaves also, they're generally green in color, but then there are leaves which have some different coloring agent. And that allows them to have some different colors like red or yellow. But still they have chlorophyll in them and hence are able to perform photosynthesis. What about cacti? Cactus. Do they perform photosynthesis? Do you think? Yes. Smriti, in case of cacti beta, they do not have leaves, but they have stems, and their stems are green in color. That green color is because of chlorophyll. And they are able to perform photosynthesis in their stems, not in their leaves. Leaves are reduced to the spines. But then there are plants which are not exactly plants. They are called mushroom, which are not a plant. Mushrooms are saprophytes. They get their nutrition from dead and decaying animals. Next time you eat mushroom, you should know where did it get it from, nutrition from. So what happens is, suppose there's a dead plant or there's a dead animal body in the forest. Around it, mushroom will start growing out. Mushrooms get their nutrition from the dead bodies of dead animals and plants. They do not have leaves, they do not perform photosynthesis, they simply get their nutrition from dead animals and plants. So, mushrooms never perform photosynthesis, they are simply getting their nutrition from the dead plants and animals. Now, what is photosynthesis? As the name suggests, photo. So, do they click photos with the sun? The plants take selfie with the photo, and this is how photosynthesis is done. Then, what is photosynthesis? Guys, photo here means light, light, and synthesis means making. So, when you make something in the presence of light, that is called photosynthesis. So, plants prepare their food in the presence of sunlight. This process is called photosynthesis. What do they need? First of all, they absolutely need water. Water which they get from the roots. Then they need sunlight, which they get from obviously who? Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus. Who? Who? Shraddha, fungi? Where do they get this light from? Sunlight. Obviously, sun. Sun provides the sunlight. Water they get from the roots. And the last thing that they need is carbon dioxide, which they get from the atmosphere. And chlorophyll they already have in their leaves. All of these components combine together to form food in the form of glucose. Glucose is what the is the form of the food plants prepare. Like when you ask your mom, what did you make in food today? What did you make in lunch? She can tell you rice, chapati, idli, sambar, whatever she makes, right? Similarly, when you ask plant, dear plant, what have you prepared in the food? They are very boring. They only prepare one type of food, which is glucose. And along with that, oxygen is released. Clear? Any doubt? Kabir, is it clear, bache? Okay. Now, how will I prove my plant is doing photosynthesis? You know, when we go to school, our teacher asks us question, did you do the homework? Show me the homework. For everything, we want proof. Show me, prove it. Similarly, we're going to ask the plants, how would you prove that you are preparing food? Why should I believe you? So, for to do that, I'll perform an iodine test. I'll take a leaf from whom? From the plant, pluck it, wash it with the hot water, then add alcohol, then add drop of iodine in it. Now, guys, iodine looks like this. This is your iodine solution. So it actually looks reddish brown in color, but it has a property. As soon as this iodine comes in contact with starch, which is a type of glucose, a sugar, as soon as it comes in contact with, then its color changes into bluish black, like much similar to my background. Bluish black, very dark. So if it is changing its color, that means starch is present. What is starch? It is a type of sugar, glucose. Suppose, let's say, who's Medansh? Medansh has lots of clothes. So what does he do with his clothes? He folds them and stacks them up in his cupboard, right? So when plants prepare their food in the form of glucose, they stack them up in their body. The stack of glucose is called starch. So when, Soumya, keep your camera on, beta. When iodine comes in contact with the starch, the color of iodine, which is reddish brown, turns into bluish black. If the color does not change from this green leaf, reddish brown iodine solution to bluish black, that means no starch was present. That means that particular plant was not doing photosynthesis, no glucose, no starch. Only and only if a plant is doing photosynthesis, it will have glucose, it will have starch, and the iodine test will turn positive. Is it clear? Clear? All of you? Sure. Should I lock it? All right. If it is clear, let's go ahead and do two questions. Just two. Just a second, guys. I need to go back and bring the slide back. It's just this one. I want all of you to attempt these questions. These are on the basis of what we have covered so far. Question number one. Here I have set up an example. There is a plant. It has three types of different leaves. One are regular leaves. Second one are the leaves which I have covered with a black cloth in the middle, as you can see here. And third one are tied around in a polythene, and I have put in a carbon dioxide absorbent, something which will absorb carbon dioxide, will not allow the carbon dioxide to go inside the leaves. I plugged all three types of leaves, each sample, one sample of each type. And then I perform iodine test on all of them. Which leaf will show me completely positive test? Means the color of the leaf will turn completely bluish black. Number one, leaf with the black strip in the middle. Number two, leaf with carbon dioxide absorbent. Or number three, a regular leaf. You need to just pick one option, one, two, three. Which one will show completely positive test? You need to write in the chat box, and it would be better if you can share it directly with me. Is the question clear? Kabir, Soumya, Arnav, Midansh, Thugilenigam, Arnav, Amina, Surya, Smridhi, Shraddha. Okay, I think there is a doubt for some of you. I'll repeat. Yes, Smridhi, you cannot write in the chat box, Batsa? Oh, can you show me your sheet again? I'll try to see what did you write. You can, show me with your finger. Like this. Is it 3? Yes, correct. It is 3. Most of you have answered correctly. Only 2 of you have answered 1. Guys, see, why would the test result come positive? When the leaves have starch in it. When will the leaves have starch? When they have everything that they need for photosynthesis. They should have carbon dioxide, they should have water, they should have chlorophyll, and they should have sunlight. The problem with black cloth is it will stop the sunlight from coming in. Problem with carbon dioxide absorbent, it will not allow the carbon dioxide to come in. So the only option left is regular green leaf, the one which has all the parts that ingredients that are needed for photosynthesis. Hence, the test will come out positive for the regular green leaf. Now, those of you who were not able to answer the first question, try second one now. X and Y are two plants. Both do not have leaves, but X can make its own food in its stem, whereas Y needs to depend on other plants and animals for nutrition. Which one is correct? X is the cacti, Y is the mushroom, or X is a mushroom, Y is a cacti? And Smriti, your answer is correct. Vedansh, correct. Guys, read the question again and then answer. Shraddha, correct. Soumya, check your answer, bache. Surya, correct. Guys, boys especially, not answering. Arnav, correct. Very good. Kabir, Amina, Medansh has answered all it. Thogilingam, correct. Very good, bacha. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, incorrectly, but I'm trying my best. Yes, it is 1. X is a cacti because X is something which can very much perform photosynthesis. Guys, look carefully. Here the stems are green in color. The spikes that you see are the leaves, which are absolutely not being able to perform photosynthesis because they're already being reduced to spines. How can they perform photosynthesis? The chlorophyll is present in the stems, hence the stem perform the photosynthesis. And the mushrooms are not even having the leaves. Forget about chlorophyll. So they neither have stems nor the leaves. They are not even a plant. They simply depend on dead plants and animals for their nutrition. Is it clear? Any doubt? So I hope to see you all from 28th of March. We'll start the session from 28th of March from 6:30 p.m. onwards. Clear, guys? Chalo, I'll see you around. Everything was clear, right? The session was okay? Amina, Medansh, Kabir, Surya, Shraddha, Smridhi, Arnav, and Thogilingam, and Soumya. and Yanesh. Yanesh, I couldn't even see you keeping your camera on even once. Can you switch on your camera? All right, guys, we'll end the session now. I'll see you all on 28th. Okay? Bye bye.